Hi guys, so it has been a while since my last vlog. We are now in February, we're nearly in March, so I don't think I've vlogged for a good month, but I thought I'll try and get back on the wagon and start vlogging again. So I'm here with you today doing a pattern review of the Simple Sew the Kimono wrap dress, and it's number 10, which I think means it's pattern number 10. So I'm currently wearing it. Hang on, let me just. I'm wearing it belted. It's made up in like a thin sort of floaty material that's a bit sheer that I got from Abakhans. Oh, hang on, let me cross my legs. Oh, so uncomfortable. Yeah, and I'm also wearing it with jeans because it's freezing and I was not going to wear tights today. Not happening. So, right, so the pattern. First of all, I didn't buy this. They haven't asked me to review it. This was given to me by a friend. They come free with, the Simple Sew patterns come free with one of the sewing magazines, but I'm not sure which one. I can't really remember. But yeah, it's like a new thing. It says that it's made in the UK, which is nice. And the idea is that they're really, really simple patterns that anybody can do. So it comes in sizes 8 to 20, which is good. And it's marked as being a beginner level. Now, I do agree with this and I don't, right? If you are a beginner and you've only just got yourself a sewing machine, you can easily make this. Like, you're going to have no trouble. But it's not going to be great. The instructions are, I mean, I'll get them out if I can find them. The instructions on, and I'm finding this with all of the Simple Sew patterns, are pretty sparse. So that's your instructions. I mean, I like that your instructions fold up flat. I like that they're not huge, but your instructions are really sparse. I mean, it's literally like zigzag, sew together, you're done. So you can make it if you're a beginner, by all means. It's really simple to make. It's 1, 2, 3, 4 pattern pieces, which is nothing really to have to sort of get your head around. But you are not going to have the quality, and I don't think you'll get a lot of wear out of it, purely because you're not going to be proud of how it's constructed. Now, if you are somebody who is like an advanced beginner and sort of knows a bit more about sewing, I think it's more of a project for you, because you'll know to do French seams, you'll know to finish your seams nicely, you'll know what fabric to use and stuff. I mean, if you make this out of a really stiff fabric, you're going to look a bit like, you know, dippy. So yeah, I mean, by all means it is a beginner's level, but I think you do need to sort of have some knowledge behind you as to what to do. The other thing is, I'd say, is it does say that you can overlock the dress, which is what I did, and I think it's a much better way of constructing the dress, just to get a nicer finish, because otherwise you're going to see all of your untidiness on the inside. Okay, so I've got notes here, hang on. So it says on the back that it needs, well, if your fabric's 60 inches wide, you're going to need 3 meters, which for this I would say is a hefty amount of fabric. I don't think I've ever used 3 meters on it. I haven't measured, so I don't know, but I don't think I've ever used 3 meters of fabric. I think a lot of it is the belt, which I personally wouldn't even bother making. Like, just wear it like a skinny patent leather belt or a chunky belt that you've already got. I wouldn't bother making the belt, because I think that when you combine a belt and a dress, especially in this style, in the same print, you sort of step into dressing gown territory when you've got the belt and this, and it's the same. Like, you kind of look like you're wearing your pyjamas. But yeah, it's I personally wouldn't make the belt. but that, I mean, that's a personal thing. You might think the belt's great, but I wouldn't make it. Which kind of brings me on to the pattern artwork. I love this girl. I think she looks really cute. This, however, does not really show me any detail of how the dress is constructed, how it's supposed to look, what the fastenings are like, and even the schematical drawing on the back doesn't really give me a huge amount of information. I would love to see slightly cleaner drawings from them, or maybe even one made up in fabric. I know pattern companies very often, when they make stuff up, they do make it up in the most hideous fabric they can find. I think it's a rule that you have to make it up in a hideous fabric, but I feel like I would rather have somebody made up in a hideous fabric rather than a slightly undetailed drawing. As it goes, there's no bust darts, no fastenings. It's literally, you sew the side seams together, you sew the shoulder seams together. You don't even have to set in a sleeve. It's a, I think it's called a grown-on sleeve, or it basically, the sleeve is part of the main thing. So it's like this. So, there we go. So that's the basic shape of your back. So you literally just sew side seams, shoulder seams, and then you just hem all the way around the edge, and then you make your belt. So yeah, the one thing I really do like about the instructions is that it has these little boxes to write your own notes in, which I think is a really nice touch. I know very often when you're doing alterations and stuff, you'll think to yourself, oh well, you know, did I take 4 inches off this? Did I take 4 inches off the pattern piece? Did I take 4 inches off when I made it? So here you can write all your information down. I have written down, don't make belt. That's how much information I needed. Don't make belt. I mean, other than that, the instructions are pretty clear. As I said, they're just really sparse. I mean, you can sort of work them out if you need to, but I didn't even use them. I just sort of did what I felt was right. The front part is cut slightly on the bias, I would say. No, it's cut on the straight grain. Sorry, that's me being an idiot. It's cut on the straight grain, but because of the way that this goes diagonally, hang on, I'll show you. Just undoing my belt. The way that this goes diagonally, it does have like a really nice shape to it. Which brings me into my second point. As well as being a dress, I also think it makes a really cute cardigan. I can definitely imagine myself wearing this on the beach as like a cover up, or wearing it like, you know, just feeling sassy in summer. I am waiting for summer. I cannot wait for summer to get here so I can get out some of my little kimono cardigans and stuff and just feel like a person again. Okay, so I suppose the only other thing to cover really is the fit. Due to it being a loose fitting item without darts, the fit is pretty standard. I cut out a size, I hate doing this part because I feel like everybody's going to know what size I am. I cut out a size 12. I've just had to check my pattern piece. Which is kind of what I wear in ready to wear. So yeah, the fit's good. The only thing I'd say is that it does sometimes gape open. I can't fold this back up now. Just leave it, just throw it in the corner, it's fine. It does sometimes gape open, especially when I'm wearing it as a dress. But I wear a slip underneath, which I do tend to do with quite a lot of dresses anyway. And I am thinking of adding like a little press stud just to make sure that everything stays close together instead of flipping open. It does say on the instructions like if you want to add a press stud, but it doesn't give you any indication of where to add it, or there's no like markings on the pattern to say if you want to do a press stud, put it here. So if you're going to put a press stud on, you need to make sure that your bottoms are completely level. So it's probably worth finding a friend or a neighbour or a husband or a girlfriend or whatever just to help you out and to give you a hand, making sure that your hem stays level when you're trying to mark where to put the press stud in. if that made any sense. So yeah, I'm just checking my notes again. I think that's basically it. I mean, it's a really simple pattern, so there's not a huge amount to say about construction and stuff, apart from if you don't have an overlocker, make sure you use French seams or you do a really, really tidy seam finish, because the way that it's constructed is that you do sometimes see the inside. Make sure you choose a great fabric. Remember, it's a kimono pattern, so it can look like a bathrobe. And like a nice one. I mean, we're not talking like, you know, like the flannel one you get out when your kid's been sick on the floor at 3 in the morning. We're talking like the nice one you get out when you're on holiday and you want to feel sassy. But it can look a bit like a bathrobe. So, yeah. I hope you enjoyed my pattern review. If there's any other patterns you'd like me to review, please let me know. And please like and subscribe. I'll see you soon. Bye.